One of the best pigeons I've ever raced was a pigeon called Southfield Hugo. I mean, as a 2-year-old, I sent him to Perpignan, and it's one of the hardest Perpignans ever, where there's no birds in Europe on the day. And we clocked him about 1 o'clock the following day, and he was first national in the UK, and was 5 hours in front of the next pigeon. You know, a major achievement in one of the hardest Perpignan races we've ever seen in the UK. Most people would have stopped racing Hugo after that brilliant performance in Perpignan, but my passion's Barcelona, and I was 100% confident the way he handled that hard Perpignan and dropped, and the way he looked, that he would do Barcelona. And the following year I set him up as a 3-year-old for Barcelona being his main aim, and it was another really hard race. I think it was down to 840 metres per minute, the winner, and one of the hardest Barcelonas ever. And he came again at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, we've done one of the best performances ever from Barcelona in the UK. He was 104th international, and it was in a strong sort of northwest wind, and we normally need east to do any good in the internationals. So it was a really great performance. Once again, he was 5 or 6 hours clear of the next pigeon in the UK, and I think there was only 3 recorded on the second day in the UK. It was such an impressive performance. I had a lot of people contact me from Europe trying to buy the pigeon, but a very, very good friend of mine, Hugo Battenberg, contacted me and saying what an amazing performance it was, and whether we could do some joint breeding. Southfield Hugo's been with Hugo on a joint breeding programme. His pedigree is immaculate as well. He's out of a pigeon called Super 848. I called him Golden Barcelona. The pigeon was 3 times in clocked from Barcelona in Belgium, 6th, 23rd and 170th national. And the mother was a daughter of Laureate, paired to a daughter of the old Laureate, when Laureate was paired to the daughter of the old Laureate. So his pedigree's immaculate as well. So he's now in the joint breeding program with Hugo. Yeah, I mean, Southfield Hugo means a lot to me. I mean, the excitement I had when I clocked that pigeon from Barcelona, knowing it was one of the hardest Barcelonas ever, and Barcelona to the UK, as well as everywhere, is such a hard race to get it. I mean, that pigeon means a hell of a lot to me.